Yo, what is going on, you guys? AC Entertainment here, back with another video, and today we're going to be going over 5 different wrestlers that I think should be John Cena's last opponent. Obviously, they are starting up I believe, 16-man tournament. They just announced 2 matches yesterday on Monday Night Raw. I believe Shinsuke Nakamura will be going against Sheamus, and then Damian Priest is going to be going on against Rusev. So, actually, one of those men we can kind of talk about. I did want to mention him. I don't really think that will be his last match, but I was still kind of interested in it. So it's kind of like an honorable mention. Obviously, there's a bunch of honorable mentions, but one of them is Sheamus. I do think if they go the route of possibly John Cena going against Dominic Mysterio at Survivor Series for the Intercontinental Championship, and John Cena can take it off of Dominic Mysterio there, and then Sheamus, goes all the way to Saturday night's main event and wins his, first ever Intercontinental Champion to make him Grand Slam champion as well. I think that'd be a pretty cool story to tell. I don't think they're gonna go that way though, because Rey Mysterio did just return and confronted Dominic Mysterio, so I think they might be going that route. But I still would not be against, John Cena winning the Intercontinental Championship and then taking the Celtic Warrior Sheamus on at Saturday night's main event for the IC Championship. I think that would be a cool way to go. Another one we can talk about really quick. I mean, there's a few. I think Obafemi would be kind of out there. I don't see it happening, but if you really want to make an impact on, an NXT call-up, and you have Obafemi come in, dominate in the tournament, and then go to beat John Cena and be the one to retire him, that would be a huge, just putting the rocket straps on him and letting them take off. That's a huge way to do that. I've heard people talk about Ilya Dragunov with the United States Championship. Have him answer the United States Championship Open Challenge. That'd be kind of interesting to see that as well. And then another one really quick. I mean, I guess you gotta throw the name of LA Knight in. I think you really do. I mean, we've already seen CM Punk this year. I don't think they would run that back. Orton, kind of the same thing. I think Cena's last match is going to be kind of to either help someone get boosted, or it's just, I don't know. I have a few people on here, it's going to boost their careers, I hope. And then 2 of the men is just, their careers are already fine. And, it'll just kind of, I guess, help them be more of a heel, maybe. But we'll go ahead and we'll talk about my first selection, and that is the ring general, Gunther. Obviously, Gunther's been gone for a little bit, and I think him returning in this tournament and going all the way to beat John Cena. Obviously, Gunther was the man to retire Goldberg. He can kind of keep that going and do that against John Cena. And a lot of people say it, and I agree, Gunther is the perfect heel for John Cena. I mean, I think this is the way they're more than likely going to go, and I'm all for it if they do. So, Gunther would be my personal pick to be the man to retire John Cena. But let's go talk about the second guy now. And alrighty, the second guy I have on this list is the Scottish Warrior. We've got Drew McIntyre, and Drew, he needs a big win. I mean, Drew has had title shot after title shot against Cody Rhodes or, just someone, and he's just been screwed time and time again. And it's just kind of, for me, it's getting kind of old. I mean, I understand they're still doing that story with he gets screwed, but at some point, he needs something big. If you give him a match against John Cena at Saturday night's main event, and he beats John Cena, he retires him, that's a huge victory. don't know if this is necessarily my second choice, but it is definitely a top 5 choice of mine, personally. And once again, these are just my top 5 personal choices. If you guys, didn't hear someone on the list and you're like, well, why are they not on the list? Me personally, I just, maybe I just didn't mention them. Let me know in the comments down below who you would want to see go against John Cena for the, last match of his career. But Drew McIntyre, he's been a great heel as of lately. I mean, he's been a great heel for quite some time now, and him defeating John Cena in his last match, I do think would be a phenomenal way to maybe have Drew start back up, go back after that world title, and then eventually take it off of Cody. Alrighty, the third man on this list, we did mention him earlier, is Dominic Mysterio. Like I said before, I don't think they will go the route of John Cena beating Dirty Dominic Mysterio at Survivor Series for the IC Championship. So if they don't do that and lead all the way to the Sheamus story, I think Dirty Dominic Mysterio has got to be he's got to be one of the guys that you would consider as John Cena's, last career match. Dirty Dom is you could probably argue he is the greatest heel right now in wrestling, maybe. Definitely in WWE, I don't think it's close right now. I mean, maybe there's a few other guys, like I said, Drew's doing really good at it, but Dominic Mysterio has been a phenomenal heel. I used to actually not really care for Dominic Mysterio, and then his heel stuff I just fell in love with, and he is someone that I've actually got behind now, so I'm happy to see that he is doing so well. I think Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena is definitely something they could look for. Alrighty, the fourth one we're going to talk about Carmelo Hayes. And this is why I mentioned earlier before in the video. This is why I said it's a personal list. I feel like a lot of people would be like, why would you say Carmelo Hayes? This dude has just so much potential. And, I've said it before. I said this dude needs something big in the Apologies about that. Here's something in the background. Either way, but, Melo needs a big win, and I'm sorry if someone's gonna be like, oh, well, he won, Andre the Giant Battle Royal. That to me doesn't mean nothing. It really doesn't. I'm sorry, and that's not like a diss towards Melo or anyone else that won it. Because at the end of the day, yes, it is kind of an accomplishment, but to me, that was just a way of saying, well, here you go, Melo. You almost made the WrestleMania card, but instead we wanted to throw Joe Hendry against Randy Orton. Nothing against Joe Hendry, but I think it's just a little bogus that we've got plenty of other talents that could have went against Randy. And I understand they wanted to do the viral moment thing, so I get it. It's more of a business decision, I think, than anything, but I mean, Melo and Randy could have put on a hell of a match. There's other dudes backstage that could have done it as well. So it wasn't I wasn't too happy with that. I know I sound like a Joe Hendry hater. I'm not really the biggest fan of him, but he does have the crowd behind him, which is good for him, great. But John Cena, Carmelo Hayes, I would love to see this. This would be the time you could finally, give Carmelo Hayes his chance, his shining opportunity. And if Carmelo Hayes does do this and he gets to beat John Cena, it's up from there. Maybe he goes and he wins the United States Championship. I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on him winning a world title anytime soon because, I mean, they haven't let him do anything else. So he beats John Cena, and then maybe he can go beat Ilya Dragunov if Ilya is still the champion by this time. I would be all for that. And already my last... excuse me. And alrighty, my last pick would be Braun Breaker to finish out my top 5 picks for who should be John Cena's last opponent. Braun Breaker would be higher up on the list, obviously. he's probably like top 3 for one of my choices. I didn't do them necessarily in order, but Braun Breaker, this dude is a future world champion. He is the future of the WWE. The only thing that makes me kind of wonder if they'll do it is I'm wondering if he's going to be doing stuff with the world title by this time. So I could definitely see Braun Breaker being another guy going against John Cena. But he's already kind of got the push, so I don't know if he needs it. But, like, it's a lot more that could even help this dude get pushed and go after a world title. So those were my 5 personal, matches I would like to see for John Cena's last opponent. Let me know in the comments down below, who do you guys want to see, or who do you think it might be? I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, and we will see you in the next one, and AC Entertainment is out. Peace.